Hi guys, welcome to my affordable watch collection. My name is Aviv, and today we're going to take a look at a Microbrand watch with an interesting concept behind it, the Core Timepieces 7 Sins. The story behind the Core Timepieces brand is of two friends meeting in a bar. The bartender stops to check his Instagram notification while fixing their drinks. They get irritated and get inspired to make a wristwatch that will help you fight sinful distractions. The idea behind the watch is that every day you'll get a different sin that you could either embrace or rebel against. It is up to you to make a conscious choice. You can choose which one of the 7 sins you want to face today by changing it yourself, or just let it roll on its own and get a different sin every day. I think this is a really cool idea. It's like setting a reminder for yourself to be a better person and to work on the things you feel you need to improve in yourself. Let's say you have a lot of work you need to get done today and you know you have the tendency to procrastinate. You can set the sin of the day window to sloth, and every time you look at your watch, you'll be reminded that you have the choice between embracing the sin and watching another episode on Netflix, or rebelling against it and getting the work done. The 7 Sins watch retails for $249 on Core's website, and it comes in 3 different colors with cool names: Crimson Red, Snowblind White, and this Heavy Metal Silver. Stick to the end of this video and I will tell you how you can take 50% off the price. This specific example has gone around from one reviewer to another and got to me with a bit of damage to the crystal. You can see a little chip right here on the edge. We'll just have to try and look past that. This is a review piece, and once I'm done with it, it will be on its way either to the next reviewer or back to Core Timepieces. The watch comes in this nice little travel pod. I really like those. It will keep your watch safe when you need to get it from point A to point B when it's not on your wrist. There's a little booklet inside introducing the watch and the brand, and that's it. You do also get 1 year of warranty with the watch, which is fairly common practice with quartz watches. Let's get the measurements so we'll know what we are looking at here. The width of the case is 42 mm, its thickness is 14.7, 18 if you include the added thickness of the NATO strap. The distance between the lugs is 22 mm, from one lug tip to another it is 51 mm, and on the supplied NATO strap the watch weighs 100 grams. The 7 Sins is marketed as a dive watch and sports an impressive 300 meters of water resistance. The dial is light silver colored and has a very prominent sunburst effect. There's no minute track and the indices are all applied. They are simple, highly polished rectangles with no loom. The 12 o'clock indice is the brand's logo, the letter C inside a hexagon. The 9 o'clock indice is missing, and instead there is the main attraction of the 7 Sins watch, not a day or date complication window, but rather a deadly sin window, showing one of the 7 deadly sins printed in black on a white background and surrounded by an applied metal frame. The brand's name is printed under the logo at the 12 o'clock position, 7 sins in red, and 30 ATM or 300 meters, quartz, stainless, are printed in black above the 6 o'clock marker. The handset is really cool. The minute and hour hands are highly polished and filled with black paint, and they are shaped like a switchblade. The seconds hand is a red droplet of blood. You'll notice the lack of loom on the hands as well. There's actually no loom anywhere on this watch. The case is made of 316L stainless steel and features an all brushed finish throughout, radial brushing on top, and vertical brushing on the sides of the case. The quality seems to be pretty good. The lugs curve down quite a bit, and I would point out that they are rather sharp on their ends. The large, non-signed crown at the 3 o'clock position is protected by the crown guards. This is a screw-down crown, screw it out and pull it to the first operating position, where you can twist up to flip around the 7 scenes. This is a converted bilingual day wheel, so you're gonna have each scene appear twice, where originally the days of the weeks would appear in 2 languages. Pull the crown all the way out to change the time. The stainless steel bezel houses a black ceramic bezel insert. The dive time markers are engraved and filled with white paint. A triangle to mark the 12 o'clock position, alternating lines and numbers to mark every 5 minutes, and minute markers to mark the first 15 minutes. This is a 120 clicks unidirectional bezel that feels good when you twist it, with no freedom or backplate to speak of. The dial is covered by a flat piece of sapphire crystal. The chip at the 1 o'clock position is a result of this watch being passed around the world from one reviewer to another, but I think it's also a great reminder to all of us that although highly scratch resistant, sapphire crystals are not indestructible. Round the back we have a solid stainless steel screw-down case back. It has some of the watch's information engraved on the edge, but the interesting bit here is what engraved on the center. If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. No, court timepieces are not encouraging violence. This is actually a nice spiritual phrase that means that if you think you found all the answers, you should start asking new questions. The 7 scenes is powered by a Japanese quartz movement. I don't know which one, but I do know that we can expect it to be accurate and reliable. The watch comes on a gray and black ballistic nylon NATO strap. The material feels soft and yet strong and durable. The stainless steel hardware is brushed and feels solid. The keeper facing you when you wear the watch has the name and logo etched on it. The buckle has the brand's name. The stitchings feel strong and secure, and overall, this feels like a nice quality strap. Let's put it on my 7-inch wrist and see how it wears. Well, if you have smaller wrists, I'm afraid this watch might not be for you. It has quite the presence on the wrist. It is quite chunky. It sits tall, and the NATO strap makes it sit even taller. If you do have larger than average wrists and you are looking for a larger watch, definitely consider this one. The lugs do curve down quite significantly, but due to the chunkiness of the NATO strap, it doesn't help the watch conform to the wrist as it should, only when you put it on a different 2-piece strap. The NATO strap is very comfortable and has enough holes to fit any wrist size. Legibility is okay when you're in a reasonably lit environment, although not exceptionally good as you would expect of a dive watch. The neutral, light-colored dial will help this watch look good on a variety of different straps, and the red accents on the dial will pair nicely with any red accented strap. Summing this watch up is quite hard, but let's try to look at the pros and cons as I see them. I'll start with what I like about the watch and finish with what I would like to see done different. I'll start by saying that I really like the concept of the watch. I love the idea of making you consciously think and self-reflect about your strengths and weaknesses for the purpose of bettering yourself. I love the originality of it. I love it when watch brands, especially small brands, push the envelope and make new things that the watchmaking world hasn't seen yet. I love the case-back inscription, the whole Zen Buddhism mantra of keeping your mind busy asking the important questions. I think this watch has the potential of actually helping people who are struggling to make the right choices in their lives, like maybe someone who's fighting against addiction, not by offering a magical solution to their problem, but by making them stop and think for a moment if they should embrace the sin or rebel against it. Other than the concept, the finishing of the case, excluding maybe the sharp bottoms of the lugs, is done pretty well. The watch feels robust and solid, and with its 300 meters of water resistance, it should be pretty durable as well. I like the custom hands too. I think they're really cool and original. So what don't I like? Well, there are a few things. The first thing is that this watch is being marketed as a dive watch, but it lacks a couple of key features that will allow it to actually perform as one. Lume on the hands, indices, and the bezel is a must, and the minute track on the edge of the dial would also be welcomed. I don't really see the point of making a 300 meters water-resistant watch, making it useless in the dark, and marketing it as a diver. There's no shame in it being a dive-style watch if they really wanted a rotating bezel, and 100 or even 50 meters of water resistance would definitely be enough for that. I would love to see some different options when it comes to the strap the watch comes on. The NATO strap is okay, but a rubber strap could also be a great fit for this watch, and of course a metal bracelet could be great too. The main issue for me though is the overall design of the dial. I think the indices are too short, and the empty gap between them and the edge of the dial is too large and looks a bit weird. I think it could have looked better if they were longer or if there was a minute track. Also, that gap on the left side of the scene window bothers me, especially because there is room for another indice there. There is too much text on the 6 o'clock position in my opinion. I could do without the quartz and the stainless printed there, and the red 7 scenes could be a bit smaller too. And speaking of quartz, now I don't mind the quartz movement at all. I think they have their advantages, but one of those advantages is being thin, and that usually allows quartz operated watches to be slimmer. I think the 7 scenes could be a bit less chunky, and by that more wearable too. The last con is the price. I feel like $249 for a quartz operated dive style watch is a bit much. However, you can take the price down by 50% if you want. My friend Adrian over at the Somewhere in Time YouTube channel has a 50% discount code for it, so you should definitely check his review out for that code. Bottom line here today, I love the idea, the execution not so much. But that's just my opinion, my thoughts. I would love to hear what you guys think about the Core Timepieces 7 Scenes watch. Do you embrace it for its ingenuity, or do you rebel against it? Let me know by dropping a comment below. In the description of this video you will find the link to Core Timepieces website if you want to check the 7 Scenes watch out for yourselves. I will also leave a link to Adrian's review of it, where you can check his channel out and find that 50% off code. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my affordable watch collection, and hit the notification bell for more affordable watches related content. You can also follow me on Instagram, where you can get to know me and my collection a little bit better, get all the news about the channel, and connect with me on a personal level. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy one of these too as well. I want to thank Core Timepieces for sending this watch in for review, and thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.